What's up, guys? Welcome back to 337 Speed. Now, in today's video, we're finally going to be getting into some engine stuff. So I have this 6.2 liter L92 out of an Escalade, and we're going to tear it down and we're going to try to build a 416 stroker out of it. Not try to, we're going to build a 416 stroker out of it. Now, the reason I'm doing this is because the 240 is now ready to get put on the dyno, and we're going to crank this bitch up. And just as a precautionary measure for me, I don't want to pop the engine and then the car sit again. So I want to build a backup motor. So it's kind of a big jump from going from a 4.8 to a 416, but might as well, I mean, at this point. Now, this is kind of financially stupid for me because at the same time, I'm building another 416 for my CTSV. So I'm gonna see how this goes. I just want to go through the process, go through the breakdown. Episode 1 is the breakdown, episode 2, the build up, episode 3, throwing it in the car. So let's do it. Don't need that anymore.
Nope.
Main bearings look decent. Not good.
Got it now that I'm not.
Oh yeah. So here's the block after disassembly. Pretty much, we just cleaned it up. Still needs to get machined, but this is the 6.2 L92 Escalade LS3 block or whatever. It's the same block, but yeah, these one came in the Escalade, disassembled. This is pretty much what you get. Now, if you want to see a machine version of this, this is the block that's going inside of the CTSV. So this is the LSA block. There's marginal differences between the two, like oil squirters. These ones have oil squirters. This one does not. Now I have a tool that once Jacques builds it, he's gonna put oil squirters on this one, because might as well, if you're doing a boosted LS3 or boosted 416, might as well have some oil squirters just for precautionary measures. So that's what this one has, the LSA block has. I know the LSA block, there's other differences structurally and things like that, but you can see how clean the surfaces are. It was decked. I believe it's not decked, but it's just been resurfaced. Good bores. I mean, this is some quality work. Legit, this is what's going into CTSV. Now, it's not getting a Summit Pro LS stroker kit. It's getting the Cali's Dragon Slayer crank, Ultra connecting rods, JE pistons. I mean, it's getting some good shit. I'm like, if I'm gonna daily drive this thing at 800 horsepower and crank it up to 1,000 later on, I want a bitch gotta have some good internal parts. So that's what it looked like. Looking pretty good. So talking about the buildup, so everything's broken down. Now, what's gonna go back in it? I'm doing something a little bit different. Rather than going down the route that I'm going with the CTSV, doing the Cali's crank, doing all the high dollar shit, I don't want to do this again on this cheap 416. So what we're doing here is Summit's Pro LS series rotating assembly. Pretty much I have a Summit Pro 4-inch crank, which is a stroker crank. You have these pistons, they're 4065, so it's standard bore for LS3. And then we have some H-beam rods. So these are the Summit brand for this stuff, which is pretty popular right now. You're seeing a lot of guys with like the stock bottom and stuff throwing like the Summit Pro LS piston and rod combos in there, making shit ton of power, going crazy fast down the quarter mile. So I just want to test these out, because I mean, the traditional way is doing like some Wiseco pistons, doing some diamond pistons, some Corilla rods, whatever. Let's see how it goes. I mean, there's a lot of hearsay where they're manufactured. If there's China parts that are high quality, blah, 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 it doesn't really matter. We're just gonna see what it does. Now, another part to the equation is the camshaft I'm using for it. I believe this one, we spec'd it for this 416 build. It's just pretty freaking aggressive. I may be running this in the CTSV, or I may change my mind later on. It just kind of depends which one it really gets built first. Is probably going to get this cam in there. Even more things into the equation is going to be the head. So these are some CNC ported LS3s. A local guy in Baton Rouge did them, Alvin Calhoun. He recently passed away, some condolences to his family. I believe his son is gonna pick up the business and continue with it. But some badass heads right here, stainless steel valves. So it should flow pretty damn good, just naturally aspirated with the 416 setup. And with the 240, it's already has a turbo on it, which means I'm probably got to redo the whole turbo kit to supply the air that this engine is gonna need. So that's down the road, but right now, keeping it simple. You'll see what this setup does, right? So wrapping this up, I don't know which 416 is gonna get built first, either the LSA or the LS3, whichever one comes first. I'm gonna film it and as we put it together. Now, the 416 LSA is going into the CTSV, the 416 LS3 is going into the 240 eventually, if the 240 motor lives. If it lives, cool. If it doesn't, I'll throw it into something else. Let's say the 4.8 never dies in the 240. Then I'll just lose patience and throw the 416 in a Colorado or some shit. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. So hope you guys enjoyed. Follow me on TikTok. We just broke 500,000 followers on TikTok, which is ridiculous. I never got this much clout before, but yeah, so rock with your boy on there. If you like the videos, give it a like. Let me know what you think. Put it in the comments. Peace.